Hey, welcome to a new edition of the Van Bay Devlog. This week, we're going to be talking about spells. I know it's been a few weeks since 11 days, I guess, since I last showcased what I've been working on. And like you see, fireballs. It's been 11 days since I last made an update, and it's quite hard doing spells. You think you're going to do something, and it works, does it work? It's hard to say sometimes. Sometimes you make a spell and you're not sure if it worked. For example, this one, Power Within. At the cost of a little bit of health, you should be getting stronger. And I made the spell, you lose health. I didn't realize, but you continue to lose health. And here I'm trying to use that spell over and over and constantly losing health. I'm stronger, possibly, not sure, but eventually I died. I was curious. I just died. Unsure why. Here we have a projectile that's supposed to let a mist of sound corruption, which is kind of like a poison. So it hits, boom, poison. And the eyeball. Yeah, I've been working so hard on this eyeball. I just wanted a small eyeball to pop up like this. And then it would slowly levitate a little bit off the ground, and it would hurt you if you walked into it. And let's look back at this. So here you go. I have it levitating. Didn't really do anything. And again, I tried adding multiples so you can see the shadows. There's two of them lifting up. I tried to change the colliders, change some of the pooling about them, and it just walks right through. No damage, nothing. It's like it's not in there. It's a little sparkle. I made this little like rain projectile. Comes from the sky, rains down. And at first, didn't really work. Kind of all exploded together. Again, spells, sometimes you spend so much time putting them together and they kind of, look at this. I set it up, and the first thing that happens is the player steps into the chunks of fire, hurts himself, walk away, hoping the enemy's going to walk into it. I'm waiting, and there you go. If they charge, it could be like an interesting defense position, but if you're unaware and just go into it, it kind of hurts you. And here's another kind of fireball projectile, it's just a lightning one, different damage types. I might be making the game, but doesn't mean my aim is really good. And don't worry, I still have to do the game balancing, so these damage outputs are not final. Here I made a wave, and it's just supposed to wave in front of you. Don't work. I don't know. Tried so hard. Still a work in progress. Here we have another ability. I get the clap. It's supposed to give you defense, and I'm looking at my health, and I'm looking at the numbers, and I keep doing it, hoping that maybe they'll stack. Same damage. Oh yeah, I was able to adjust so that pressing up on the D-pad now changes your spell quick slot. As you can see, it works. I don't know, I didn't want to work earlier, increasing defense, but it gave you massive damage. Oh, look at that. A spell that kills you instantaneously. Here's a spell that was supposed to float above your head and send a homing missile. When all else fails, just a giant hot dog. I've been trying to think of spells that would be needed or would make sense to the story, and think that right now just putting a lot of energy into fun spells that would play into the sects that I have. I have factions that built around the city, and you'll get a bit of flavor through these spells. There's the eyeball. Here you can see Sprint's Valor. It gives you a boost in speed. So your stamina, the green bar, is temporary exchange for a secondary one that you can use until the spell wears off. So here you see weapon abilities where you can use the sturdy sticks, knockback, which is just a kick. At first I only had a single spell slot, and then obviously as you saw me cycling earlier, I did update so that you'd have 3. A lot of spells initially start with just killing the player. The projectiles show up, boom, kill the player, and then I have to adjust for... Even the hot dogs go through iterations. At first, you see the hot dog, boom, disappears. It wasn't as fun as it lingering and having a rigid body that could just kind of like move around like this. Didn't hurt the enemy, but it's kind of funny. So I'll take it. Here you go. And it's kind of hiding the enemy, so now he has to kick it over. A little fun touch. In the poison mist here, look at this. Sends from the weapon down to the ground. No poison mist. These hands, look at that. And the hand swatting, a clear nod to Master Hand from Super Smash. So yeah, I'll be working on abilities that are unique to each weapons for next week. And continue working on some enemy AI. Here you have a summoner who summons spawn and they detonate on contact. This last scene here kind of gives me Nasca of the Valley of the Wind, the Fire Giants kind of vibes, which was really hilarious while the character was kind of stuck in this like slow moving because he had higher defense spell or whatever, it didn't matter. But look at that cool little scene with their shiny red. It's supposed to be a red eye, but the model avatars are not working too well. Yeah, so I kind of mentioned I would go through some of the enemy AIs. It's not really what I'm going to do, but you can see here I've laid them all out so that we can kind of walk through them and kind of give you an idea of how many characters I've been building. I was wondering what I had done all last week, and there was so many models that had been made and then rigged and then put into the game, added all the necessary scripts and colliders. Each limb has its own capsule collider so that when you strike them, it's limb based and not just one giant spear collider for the entire enemy AI. At the moment, I have 47 spells. Only a few of them have a iteration where it's an exaggeration of that spell. Most of them just all completely different, all affect different stats or have a different feel to them. And I just want to create spells that were going to be unique to the story, but also to the gameplay. I wanted to make sure that I gave the wizard class a viable build and that there would be lots of fun spells that even if you weren't a wizard, you'd still take one with you. If you have any cool spells, any fun ideas you'd like to see, throw them my way. And thank you again so much for listening. Hit that like, subscribe, leave a comment. Next week, I'll be building weapon abilities. Thank you.